for almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonlord Olivine has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasis of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thrine, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. Hello. We're excited to do episode 20 of Princesses of Power, but the vibe tonight is a little chill because we're preparing to take a week off for the holidays and we need all our energy for this amazing holiday. So bear with us this episode as we're going to go beneath the water and the bubbles a little calmly tonight. But let's go ahead and say hello to my friends. Margaret Alice. Michael Jackson.
This is subjective.
Alyssa Causey.
Hello.
Andrew Krug.
Greetings.
And Erica Webb.
Hi.
If you are watching us on Twitch tonight, don't forget you can use your rooter points. The more you watch and comment, you build rooter points at the bottom of the web browser, and then you can click on it and buy actions that happen in the game immediately. Like give our players here tonight advantage or a random problem. That seems to be the most popular.
Find me a new book to read because I don't like parties.
Plenty of book space in a new mansion too. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe right now to tune in for more content. And don't forget on Tuesdays and Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, we have Into the Expanse, our other campaign. And then we just recently did a one-shot. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you check out. There's lots of new content. Visit us on all social medias, TikTok, Facebook. We have a Patreon, The Adventures in Silvernell. And with all of that, that's pretty much all the content. That'll take you at least 2 years to catch up on, so go do that.
It will. It confirmed.
All right, let's go. Last time, episode 19. Wow. We were at the House Pelagor for a party because immediately, right after the games, it was deemed that Lunkar had broke his contract. See, he had broken in to get the sword before we had even met him, and he had to sign a contract to re-enter the games. Part of that contract was he couldn't actually do a lot of damage. He couldn't really kill somebody, and he did. But thanks to our lawyers here, they found a clause in his contract that possession made him free. Well, this time he had already gone to prison, and his item had already been taken away. So Arista said, I'm going to sneak downstairs and steal that sword back. Meanwhile, everybody kind of hung out with Might at this party, Might Pelagor. And he invited Mizu upstairs to his room. And we learned that he has a weird foot insecurity and a straw collection. And pretty much shares similar vanity structures as Mizu. But he's very awkward. But other than that, nothing really else happened. And then we left. Venfira snuck away to find some incriminating evidence on Mike because he's really sketchy. Going in and out of the house, wild shaping. Found a room where there were documents laid out with people working around these documents. Basically, Venfira found out that they believe the swelling plague is caused by some gas or something coming out of this abyss spot in Eudothia. But really nothing else. Arista eventually gets the large shell that was magically containing the sword that belonged to Lunkar and brought it outside to meet the princesses, where they all were going out to basically get Lunkar out of prison with the permission of Mike Pelagor because he's innocent. We get there, we break him out. Arista finds a strange lizard folk that's locked up, and after helping him escape the prison, is finding out that he is a talent scout for employees of a fair in Wimding City, and that he knows Arista. And that's really it. And then we all join back together, I believe, and the entire time all of this is going on, Celia is looking for her sisters and has been wandering around town asking business owners and commoners if they have seen her, which they have not. So he has been followed by singing fish that is bothering him. So at the end of the episode, last episode, Finfira swims up to talk to Celia, but Celia has just swatted away thinking it's another singing fish. Welcome back.
Oh, the chaos.
It never ends. Finfira's like definitely trying to dodge being swatted at and talking to Seer at the same time. Basically being like, look, either he's really good at hiding the evidence or there's no evidence, and we need to figure out which one it is very quickly.
I mean, I guess we're not going to be here too long, and perhaps I had some suspicion that I put on him, but, I mean, if he does anything weird, then we'll definitely know about it. We should reconnect with Mizu to see what she knows, and then I guess kind of play it from there. Side note, is there any food at this party? I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, there's plenty at this parfait.
No.
There's plenty of food, actually. I did find the entire kitchen. It smelled really good. Should have snagged something while I was there.
Well, I'm going to do that now, because I'm still hungry. But when we see Mizu, maybe, she'll say something, maybe she'll know something, but I guess for now we just blend in. Can we do that?
Mind our business.
Oh God, this is going to go terrible. I can just smell it.
Well, I have hope for us. I'm going to change back into not a seahorse. I think that.
Are you still a seahorse? I don't think seahorses could talk.
I have
speak with animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Right.
I can't hear you.
Oh yeah. No,
Right, and we had determined that
It
you had
sounds
already
just
started
crazy.
using it earlier in the session too, so it was like still activated. I remember that now.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
because of the
Finfira's
ones that
able to
turned into a
talk.
druid. And I was like, oh.
Druid power.
But yeah, so
But yeah.
Seer will kind of start to go inside and look for some food. It's been a long ass day, and she wants to at least have a little party. Lunkar, you're with me.
Okay, Lunkar walks in with you. You see he's got the shell like in his left hand that's super easy. He hasn't even like pulled the sword out yet. I think just being at the party, it's like, well, this thing already protects it. I might as well just hold on to it. You see Mizu walking out of the hallway. She is talking to Mite. Mite puts his hand up. The crowd gently, politely claps. Someone's rushing over with the frilly ascot, walking over, swimming, talking to him. You see Celia, kind of where you guys just left, standing there. Where's Arista in this room?
Oh, I was walking back in with Seer and Lunkar, so
Okay.
I'm probably just headed to the buffet as well, and then find a nice corner to read in.
Okay. Who's still wearing their disguises as well?
Finfira's gonna
It's
go
just-
outside behind the coral to wild shape, but technically right now she still is.
I think this coral spot to the right of the Pelagor house needs like a restroom sign, but like a wild shape sign.
Wild shape here.
Yes. Okay, cool. So everyone's just kind of going back to this party. There's some soft music going around. Wherever Celia is going, looking like Celia, people are coming up to talk or talk near. And there are all different types of people swimming around. Tritons, a lot of Tritons. You don't see a lot of different other races here. So at any point, you could approach someone or try to listen to a conversation if you wanted to. Otherwise, you see a big bar with mussels stuffed with ocean herbs and squid ink risotto with seahorse tails. And my favorite, the octopus tentacle skewers. These are tender octopus tentacles marinated in a blend of sea salt, herbs, and a splash of lemon juice. grilled to perfection, and these skewers are succulent and savory.
So none of it's vegan.
Ooh.
There is coral-infused water.
Maisie rolls her eyes and looks over at Light and kind of like scoffs and like, not that great at planning parties, I see, after bragging all that time.
Oh, you don't like the options?
No, I said she didn't say that out loud. She just thought it.
Oh. Okay, well, he's just going to think in his head that you don't hear. I really hope she likes the food. She's a strange one. I think I creeped her out.
Mizu's gonna turn to him and be like, if you'll excuse me, I need to go speak with my sisters for a minute. And she's gonna walk and head towards where Seer and Arista are. She's gonna walk up and she's gonna go, there is definitely something up with this guy.
So we were right.
Oh no,
He is
100%. He had me in his room for like 30 minutes maybe. Didn't make a single move. I mean, it's me. Who does that? Something's got to be up with him. Like, he can't be normal. He's not like a normal person.
Then what'd you do for 30 minutes? I assumed you were like, doing what you do, but it seems...
I mean, I tried to like snoop around a little bit, dig up like something else, I guess, but like, I mean, he feels weird about his feet, like he thinks they look weird or something, and he's got a bunch of straws like me, but other than that, nothing else.
So around this time, Vinfira's gonna kind of walk up. She's not saying anything quite yet, just kind of making her presence known.
Can we go back to the feet? That was like a weird thing you threw in there.
Did they look bad?
Does he
I mean,
have did you,
He's had
I didn't like
extensive foot
look.
surgery.
I didn't look hard. I mean, if he's already feels weird about his feet, isn't me like staring at them gonna make him like feel even worse about it? I don't know. I'm not trying to make him feel bad about something he's already insecure about.
I didn't know
Very
how his feet came up
considerate
if
of
you
you.
couldn't see them. That is
I
true,
mean-
though.
I don't think they look like abnormal, I guess. I mean, you take a peek next time.
I will say that he did mention in his personal documents that I did not look at, that he did have some extensive foot surgeries and alterations done.
Vanity will get you. Maybe it's like a underwater, like swimming, like the depths and swimming it. Maybe it helps, or it doesn't. I don't know. Kind of gathering a plate of food as we're having this conversation, just kind of picking over the buffet. Just, wow.
Yeah.
So Yarmouth has been fun and all, but do we have plans for what we're doing in Eudothia?
I think we just get in, get out, right? Simple, easy plan. Just
You
tell them we're
say
gone and we
that.
leave.
That's a lot easier said than done. Just getting there is a task.
How are we getting there?
I was going to confer with all of you.
Oh, we could swim there. We were talking
Yeah, they
about
said we could
that.
take the
Current.
The current?
fast current. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, that
Mhm.
thing, the highway.
Well, if it would be easier to navigate in a boat, I know where we could get one.
My concern lies more with the seaweed thicket that guards the entire area, as it, let's say that it's prone to eating you alive.
Oh,
Seaweed is?
Yes. Not literally per se, but well, sort of literally. You kind of. It's very unpleasant. I've seen it. It's not.
Well, piggybacking off of things that want to kill us, let's not forget, Vinny, that people want to kill you.
why
So-
do they want to kill you?
Well, they are merfolk.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that, right?
That's true.
That
they are
seems
merfolk.
racist.
And that is also true. Racism is bad.
Only thing we know
And
about
the-
them is they hate people.
Really riveting
Nice.
Silvernell statements.
Merfolk hate people. Every single merfolk in the whole entire world.
Well, I think they all kind of at least my interpretation, they all kind of stay under Eudothia and did all solemnly swear themselves to Olivine. It's like they're like followers. They like literally like to follow like the big shark, the big fish.
I mean, what if we just like lie to them? They've never met any of us before. Let's just say like we left because we like love Olivine or whatever. I feel like that could work.
Oh, I mean, but he's dead now, so that's good. And I heard.
I mean, perfect time. We can take advantage of their like mourning period. We can like sneak in, and they can feel like they have like a comfortable shoulder to cry on. But you know, it's just kind of like our in.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys
then
know that's what I've been trying to do, right? I've been trying to do that.
How's that going?
Well, they're trying to kill me, so.
Okay. And that was
So
before
that means
Olivine
you're
was
like
dead.
that means
So
you're
they're
like
gonna be-
kind of doing it though. If they're trying to kill you, you're kind of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like any press is good press. So at least your name's out there.
Any press is great until your head is on a pike and you're thrown to the seaweed to be eaten, but I digress. The main reason the merfolk aren't the biggest fans of me is I've been trying to implement a more fair and just government, and Olivine's gone, and they're not big fans of that, and then you have some other woman kind of come in and be all, oh, I can fix this, and they don't really want me to fix it. They just want Olivine back.
Well, you know, and the grand scheme of things, they can't have Olivine back. And you are, you know, by all Azerian standards, next in line to keep things in order. And if there's nothing there to rule, then perhaps it's time that you start dusting off that Queen Vinfira title and start doing that thing you do so well. Write some laws, make them follow them.
Well, my concern is that the only way they're going to follow any laws that I write is... And she kind of looks between Celia and Seer when she says this, is with a show of force.
I like Celia. I mean,
Yeah.
we can...
This is great because I do have an idea. One of us could pretend to be Olivine and just tell them to listen to us.
Okay, that's an
Easy.
option. That's
Easy
an option.
peasy.
I feel like I could play a great Olivine. Like, I mean, also my hosting skills, those top level. I mean, I'm ready to take it up a notch.
Was Olivine known for hosting?
I don't think he
I
gets
mean,
in the water.
it's just like being able to, you know, talk to people, give speeches. Like,
Oh,
I'm gonna be
I
super
understand.
convincing as Olivine.
Gotcha.
With all due kindness and respect, Mizu, as someone who did work with Olivine, just a little bit. That was one of the most terrifying presences in the entire world that I've ever come in contact with. So, unless you can really get spooky in the next however long we have till we get there, I don't know about that one.
I think Seer can get pretty spooky. So.
Okay, I can get pretty spooky. That
I
that
mean,
is my thing.
You've
Spook.
seen the guy that's been following me around recently and the certain book I'm after. I think I could get pretty spooky under a certain circumstance.
I thought you meant Might in his feet. I was so confused. Okay, thank you for
Oh my
clarifying.
god, why are we talking about this man's feet? I mean, just go take a look at this point. I mean, just go look for yourself.
My mind just keeps wandering there. But I'm trying to stay on topic. Like Edothia war, not Might's feet.
Yes,
Okay.
warm. And let's have a backup plan in case this whole Olivine impersonation doesn't work, which it probably won't.
Okay, so hear me out. I also have a kind of crazy idea,
Okay.
and it's not something I can pull off myself, so it may take the whole effort. But we know someone or something is trying to kill Vinfira, but we really don't know like who or what. And I think maybe trying to find that information might be the best plot. So what if we masquerade as the killers of Vinfira? And then, like, you know, we brag about that, like, we did it. Now, I want the reward. Ooh.
Are they? Do we know for sure that they're offering a reward? Are we talking like we put her in a magical sleep sort of situation and present her body, and then she wakes up and we attack everybody?
Well, I had some options. The magical sleep that's a very good yes, those books are really coming through, but the magical sleep is a part of it. Either like we see, like we know that it's happening because we know that we're in danger, but they don't know that we know that we're in danger. So perhaps like when they're attacking, we could like hijack their attack, and then we magic sleep her, and then I assume that they got to tell somebody because I don't think like the person who's doing the killing is like the big guy. They would have done it by now, I feel like, or so maybe we can like figure out more information about who is trying to kill us by taking out the job that they were going after. So maybe it's not money, but like maybe reputation. Like who wants to kill a princess? That's big. That's big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Misu.
Do we even have to?
Oh, go ahead. You're fine.
Do we even have to go to Eudothia? I mean, we're just talking about like, oh, we're gonna fight. We're definitely gonna fight. We don't have to fight. We can just not go there.
That's like a new phrase for you specifically to not fight.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we're trying to come up with a
you.
lot of plans to either like fight or to not fight.
You know
And-
what we could do instead? We could go to Wemding City.
Okay, well, we do need to go there because I do have a boyfriend in jail actively, and considering
Oh,
that
Eudothia is
Oh.
not Winged City. I was again
No.
tracks. Okay.
I don't
Okay.
get around that much, or really.
Wait, your
at
boyfriend's
all.
in jail?
Yes.
Cool.
Are they cool like that?
What?
What did he do?
I don't know. He could only tell me, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm in jail. Be careful. There's a plot to kill you, by the way. Love you." I guess. I don't know.
The message, Vinfira, that you hear this as a reminder in your head. The message said, "I love you." Maybe. There was the last
maybe?
word was a
I remember
maybe.
that.
It sounded like there might be more, but that's what it was. Just want to remind you of that
Just to
anxiety.
clarify
Okay.
that last tagline.
Yeah, like risking our lives for a maybe. I don't know. Like he doesn't even know how he feels, babe.
Well, I mean, the best way to get that answer is to go and talk to him. So.
And risk her life?
Okay,
Just
well,
forget about him. Yeah.
I do think that is just like a big fun thing, but we also should go to the place that Olivine used to run because he's dead now, and that just seems like it'd be the most chaotic option of all of them. And the Azerian forces, us, should like have some sort of like, hey, we know your leader's dead, but
As
we're
the
in charge now.
sisters are talking about this at the bar with plethora of food, people are walking around. People aren't really approaching you guys yet. I think Celia's kind of standing more back, and they're really looking at Celia. But Mite walks up. You hear him before you see him, and he says, "I am so grateful that this family is here. I think this family should be here more often. I don't know what you're planning."
He looks at his feet.
I start laughing.
I'm sorry, did I say something funny?
Oh, I wasn't laughing. She's just so short. I just was taking your brief pause to surreptitiously look at your feet. That's all.
You like my shoes, Princess Arista?
Is this?
Yeah.
You know, I was curious. I didn't want to like come into the party and be rude. Is this a shoes on or shoes off household?
That.
He looks around, and most of the Tritons don't even wear shoes, and he specifically has big, ornate shoes. It's whatever you like.
Oh, good.
Okay. These heels are killing me. Takes them off.
Changing the subject from a very random shoe-related conversation. Anything out of Eudothia lately?
Oh, I mean, Eudothia constantly proves to be a thorn in our side. I mean, we've lost a lot of scouts to this mysterious plague. Whatever it is, we think it's being concocted in Eudothia. The merfolk are up to something. I mean, when you lose someone as powerful as Olivine, people are going to want to take over themselves. I'm surprised Eudothia hasn't completely caved in at this point. And I guess that's a testament to you, Princess Vinfira.
All my hard work, I will say. Not without its setbacks. I'm not perfect, of course, but I assure you I'm doing my best to keep peace in the realm.
So what's next? I imagine you're on your way to Eudothia?
Indeed, that was our next intended destination.
May I offer some insight?
It's welcomed.
we've watched the merfolk for a long time, and we've watched what you've cultivated, and it is impressive. And I think it's something that can really only be accomplished with the strength of Olivine backing it to, for a lack of a better phrase, keep the merfolk in line. Sorry if that offends anyone. Without Olivine, it's hard for me to imagine much else can be accomplished when there's so much infighting. And the fact that you would go back to Eudothia without Olivine there shows you are extremely brave. So I need to ask, what do you have planned to survive?
Well, she kind of looks around at like all of her sisters with her. We all have to make tough decisions as leaders. We all have to make tough decisions not just as leaders, but as diplomats. And I trust in my faith, I trust in my family, and I trust in the friends that I've made there and the allies I've made along the way.
I spoke with a friend of mine. They work close with House Pelagor and House Thalassor. They are druids that live around here. They came to me after seeing you today at the games and proposed something. Now I don't feel comfortable discussing it here, but when you get a moment before you head out with the princesses, I would love to sit down with you all and tell you their proposal and let you judge for yourself.
Can we do that now?
I mean, if you all have time, I didn't want to take you away from the party.
I
Um,
don't care about the party.
I feel like it's better for us to do business before we drink.
I'm already
Actually,
Great
drinking.
smart,
point.
yeah.
Very responsible.
Okay.
we are just the pinnacle of responsibility here, aren't we?
Step right this way. We'll go straight to the squid room. He's going to motion for a few people that are going to just completely move some tables and stuff around. Looks like they're changing it to another event in this room. He's going to take you into this room that's very ominous because it looks like coffins on the wall, that same kind of shape. They're like marble white with coral and seaweed kind of growing around them. But they're just carved like bust of tritons. And there's like a couple big chairs and then some lounge chairs and stuff, and then big shelves of books. And then these big stained glass windows, and he kind of sits in a chair. They call themselves the Moon Shapers. They're a revered group of moon druids who have dedicated themselves to preserving the natural balance in the underwater city of Yarmouth. They have some prominent members, and they work with our houses to further communicate with the underwater animal life, so to speak. And they have brought to my attention that you seem to be a moon druid yourself.
That would be correct.
One of the best in the Azirian kingdom. Just saying.
Well,
I was being humble, but
their leader, Kai Deep Whisper, has approached me and has showed his hesitancy of watching as you just go back into Eudothia. We both understand it's out of our place, but you have to understand this comes from a deep concern that we have lost a lot of scouts, and we know for a fact Azir has lost a lot of their command. So, they want to offer you a meeting with the Moonfish.
What's
The
a
moonfish?
moonfish?
I've never seen it. I actually had to go to our library and look it up. It's a fabled
Ooh.
bioluminescent colossal eel that lives deep within the earth, so to speak, but comes out through some rituals by these moonshapers that will transform a moon druid into something else, something completely different. Now, when I heard that, I didn't quite understand, but it was explained to me that there is an incredible diplomat that is in Wemding City that used to be a powerful moon druid.
oh, I What? The moonfish? I had only heard of it in rumors and whispers, let alone having a chance to be with it in my lifetime. I mean, I mean no offense when I say this, but this sounds amazing in the sense of it almost doesn't sound real.
It was also news to me, but if you look... Princess Arista, do you mind right there on the second shelf, that book with the one spike growing out the top corner? Oh, thank you. He's going to open it and flip it up, and you're going to see like the drawings that are glowing of the moonfish, and then flip these pages in this abyssal language that gives the ceremony. And he says, this is a book they presented to us, that this is the ritual. And if you wish for strength going into Eudothia, the Moonshapers have long wished to perform such a ceremony. And they want Eudothia qualmed. So I leave this. He's going to flip the book around and slide it on this table to you. I leave this with you. This is between your family and you. And if you wish to employ the Moonshapers, you wouldn't have to worry about any expense. You would be taken care of. As a gesture from House Pelagor.
Of course. She's gonna like reach forward and kind of take the book and like just look at it for a few moments. I have to take a few moments to consider this and what all it could mean, and obviously speak with my family about this, but...
Of course. Let me swim away really fast. There's something I should take care of, and I'll be back in a little while. Enjoy yourself, and if you need anything, just shout out the door.
Of course.
He's going to swim up.
My eyes stare at his feet
His
all the way out of the room.
His feet are heavily encased in shoes.
I hope he's insecure.
Extremely.
Well, this is quite a big ordeal, Vinny. How are you?
I barely even have words on what to say. It's... The moonfish is a creature I've barely even heard of as powerful of a druid as I am. I mean, again, I was trying to be humble there, but genuinely, I am one of the finest circled Move the Moon druids in all of Seer, and even I've barely heard of the thing. It's something that every moon druid dreams of meeting, but never thinks that they will. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet it, let alone to have the ritual done for you to become you, in a way. The way that it's always been whispered about, told down, passed through tales, at least from what I've heard. It lets you become the true person you've always meant to be.
Well, it seems like something you are very interested in, then.
Yes, we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Seems like the thing we should do.
I mean, I think this is like the perfect time for an overall like rebrand, a whole new Vinny. Like, we can even give you a makeover on the outside.
Going back to Eudothia, a brand new fish.
I suppose I can't lie. I'm a bit excited at the prospect. There's a portion of me, and she kind of like settles back in her chair. There's a portion of me that's a bit worried, considering, I mean, our suspicions of the people here. Her voice kind of lowers down, not quite so loud in case anyone's outside of the door. I mean, I understand that surely it's a gesture of goodwill. I mean, to do this ritual and cover everything for it, but I just worry, what if there's strings attached?
Well,
What does the word
please.
what's the word qualmed mean? Hey, did he mean calm? Like he just wants him to chill out? He wants us to calm him down? It seemed like that was the stipulation.
The way that you asked that, and like me, Alyssa, forgot what the word qualm meant.
I also don't.
I was like,
A
was
qualm
bringing
is like
myself
an
to the
issue
character,
or a
I think.
problem.
yes,
I have no qualms with that,
yes.
for example.
Okay, thank you, Meg. You've
You're
saved
welcome.
us.
Yeah, I totally used that word the wrong way, but I was so confident.
It's okay, you ate it up, and that's what matters.
It sounded good.
It's how it,
It always does.
as it should. But Vinfira kind of, I don't know, she looks between all of her sisters, but especially kind of looks at Seer as a fellow druid. As someone else, if you had a similar opportunity, I don't know, obviously, as much about your path, but what would you do, Seer, if you were in my shoes?
I've really resolved myself on our path is not the pieces that were set up for us, but the choices we make with those pieces. And so I think if this is what you think is what's best for you, then I think you should do it. Follow your heart, and it's the only way to be happy. And happiness leads to power. I've learned that.
I suppose, I'd be a fool not to take it, right? I can't lie. I've been worried about bringing you all to Eudothia since we've started this trip. I know how ruthless it can be there, and I don't think I could forgive myself, let alone have father and mother forgive me if I lost any of you, or any part of you.
Yes, I am personally very worried about going to Eudothia.
Historically speaking, Mizu's only probably one that's gonna die. So,
And we can lose parts of Arista. They'll just come back.
I prefer to keep everybody in a whole, and based off of Arista's face right now, I think that she would like to remain whole. But
money involved.
That's for Arista to determine, I think. And Fear kind of...
I'll sell my tail if I want to.
And Fear kind of looks at the book and then looks between everybody. If it means that I can keep all of you safe and keep our kingdom flourishing and keep these waters safer, it'd be wrong of me not to, right?
Sure.
Keep those merfolk in line.
That was about the resounding hurrah I expected to hear. Thank you, everyone.
I'm just ready for the makeover part, to be honest. I can't wait to give you a new look. I've been imagining if I could dress you up and do you up exactly how I would do it, and now's the opportunity, and now I finally get my chance. You remember that little piece that we bought when we went shopping earlier? Yeah, that's gonna come into play for sure.
Reminded that we want scary and domineering, not frilly pink.
We can do dark, sexy, gloomy, mysterious, scaly merman, coming to save you, my boyfriend break you out of jail, Vinfira. That's what we're going for this time.
The hero of the story.
I'm gonna be the only one left in pastels and bright colors.
You can do that thing where you turn invisible. So.
Yes, I just... Never mind.
All my gold always stands out.
Arista recognizes the brand colors.
Our branding's getting thrown off.
As a group, we're not gonna be getting even less cohesive by getting more cohesive and then having us two stand out.
I like to imagine the beginning of the campaign there's just pink crayons and purple crayons, and then by the end it's dark black.
all
Crayon.
broken crayons and just
and they're broken. Yes, all black crayons, and they're also broken.
It makes sense. Campaign 1 was green to that. Second one was red to that.
They've still got the pink wrapper though on the crayon outside of it though.
Oh yes! Ooh, one of those really dark, a really dark pink crayon, but the wrapper is still light pink. Yeah.
Just gaslight them. These are not the same color.
Or the opposite. Anyway,
it's the same thing. Anyway,
this is turning into a crayon. This is you on drugs campaign.
Hey, broken crayon still color.
Anyway.
I'm gonna look up making custom crayons.
Beautiful. Vinfir kind of takes the book in her hands. Here, I have a book right here. Amazing. She kind of takes the book in her hands and kind of places it down on the table. I think I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I keep saying how I need to be more spontaneous and make all these decisions and just do stuff, and I think this is one of them.
This is much better than someone DMing in the middle of the street. I love it. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Missy, looking at you.
I mean,
Rude.
I'm here for you. You know where I stand.
I guess we need to find Might, or is he coming back soon?
Well, before he comes back in here, I do want to say, no matter what anyone else outside of this room or the sea feels, as long as we're here, I think we got this. So no matter who underestimates us, I believe in the Princesses of Power, and I think we can go to Eudothia and kick their ass. Also, we should talk about Supplement sometime, because it'll be very similar to Eudothia, but I don't want to ruin that for you all. Thank you.
Okay.
But also, can we stop by Winding City first?
It is next to Zeppelin, so that could be doable.
Okay,
I think it's definitely possible.
cool.
Hey, where are you guys keeping all of your luggage?
Did you bring luggage? I mean, Mizu did, but I
Backpack.
no.
Yeah.
Hold up my bag of holding.
Yeah.
Oh, she also.
I guess I just have like 3 barrels strapped to my back along with a giant dragon tooth.
Actually, the barrels are in like a net that you're holding with a rope that's floating in the water. And they're
Okay,
empty.
okay.
Yeah.
Most of them are
Mostly
empty because
booze.
you drink a lot of them. You put them in cups.
No, I put them all into the barrel.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've not been gathering many things on my travels, trying to travel light. But perhaps you can put that in her bag of. Oh, it looks kind of big. We'll
Can
figure
you,
it
fit
out.
this, can you fit this dragon tooth in your bag?
How big is it?
I don't know if it has.
It's little
giant.
bit. Yeah, it's pretty big. You could probably squeeze it in there, but you're really running the risk of tearing the sides of the bag of the entrance.
I don't think that's a very good idea, unless you want to, like, I don't know, carve it into something else, maybe?
Maybe I'll turn it into a
Shape?
bludgeon or something.
I just
I'll utilize
worry,
it.
you know, that ripping into an astral plane is not messy. And also, I need room for books.
Can
yeah.
Mizu walk over and try to like fix it onto Celia in some way? Like maybe like move some pieces of clothing around that would end up being able to like secure it to her back or something?
Lash it on there.
Fashion strap.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to tie it on. It's like one of those new like little Disney backpacks that we saw the other day. You know, that size.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, is there like
Do you have like
a
rope
check? Do you want?
or something?
Well, I want to use like pieces of like her like clothes, you know, because I'm assuming like my outfit too. It's like has flowing material that's like
Yeah.
like moving around in the water. I want to grab some of that like excess and see if there's like a way for me to tie it down to her back.
You good with that, Celia?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me
It works.
because it's a bunch of knots. Roll me a survival check.
It was a 12.
It's really messy and it doesn't look good, and you've ripped a lot of Celia's clothes to make it happen, but it's there.
Looks cool.
Mizu's gonna walk away and kind of point to it and go, "There, see? We're already making an improvement when we need to like make ourselves more scary."
I like the vibes.
Mizu's gonna like reach her hand out to give Celia a high five, but then she's gonna kind of be like, "What the hell?" and like yank her hand back really fast, and then walk
Celia's
away.
gonna go for it and then be disappointed that they tricked him.
It was almost like you know, like muscle memory, like just a reaction before she even realized who she was doing it to.
Arissa's gonna sort of smooth down her dress and say, "Please don't rip my clothes."
Oh, yours can stay. I can't imagine you in the dark aesthetic, to be honest.
You're just too cute, Arista.
The doors will bash open, in will swim Might, and he's got a drink that he's just finishing. What a great party! And we're gonna go to a bathroom break. Hello everybody, welcome back from the bathroom break. As always, we hope it was pleasant for you. This is episode 20 of Princesses of Power, campaign 4. Right now, all of our princesses are in this underwater, deep underwater city of Yarmouth. We are currently in one of the 3 main estates of Yarmouth, House Pelagor. And we are inside a squid room, that's what he called it. And the owner, the House Capo, Might Pelagor, has just swam in. After leaving the book with Vinfira, and Vinfira telling her sisters that she wants to undergo this transformations by the Moon Shapers. He swims in. Do you have any questions, Princess Vinfira? What did you decide?
Well, I decided we'll be going through with it. Which is nerve-wracking, but also quite exciting. And thank you for the opportunity. It's one of the highest honors that can be bestowed upon my order. I can't thank you enough.
Honestly, I really did nothing. They approached me, but I will connect you with them. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to get back in contact with them tonight, and from what I'm understanding, they will approach you tonight. Now, everything's pretty much written in this book. I'm just going to let you take this book. But something I want to suggest is that if you are trying to get to Eudothia sooner rather than later, might suggest whatever they do it on the way. Because I was just perusing and I already saw it's going to take 3 days to go.
Okay.
And the second thing is, there is a part in there that I've heard this part before, and I asked them about a soul transferal, and they said that they would speak to you about it, but they want to try something different because they don't have the ability to transfer souls. So I think you're good on that part. I know, I'm sure you just read it, but that part was kind of, I didn't know if you'd want that.
Yeah. I'll double check on this, and Seer and I are both very adept in druidic arts, so I'm sure we can figure all of this out.
Okay, and the other princesses are, enjoy what you will of the city while you're here.
You said it was going to be a potentially a 3-day process to do the transformation. And remind me again how long it would be for us to ride the current from here to Eudothia before we got to the weird seaweed stuff.
Oh, I thought he was saying it was going to take us 3 days to get there.
I was tossing around both those concepts in my brain. I was unsure.
He is saying that procedure, that transformation takes 3 days to perform, is what he read in that book.
Oh, okay.
That book is kind of that is the ceremony. It is the traditions and history of it and everything. So he's telling you what he's just looked in that book, perusing, being like, I don't know if I want to bring this up to a princess. So if you look at our map, it took you quite a while to get from Sharkfoot Island to Yarmouth. It's pretty much just the same, maybe a little bit shorter because you had an ordeal with the Island of Red and Isle of Red, so it's a straight shot. So let's look at the currents. I'm trying to get an idea. You got to swing over.
We're going so far north.
Yeah, it gets really, really cold. What's that? That was... It's like almost 2 days. It's going to be shorter because the currents are always 3 times as fast as just swimming. But you have to go to the current, and it loops up top a little bit, and it kind of comes down to Eudothia. You kind of can't see it that well on the map. So he's going to say probably around 2 days. So you're doing a 3-day transformation over 2 days.
Perhaps we should... It seems a little iffy. I don't want to get there and you still be mid-metamorphosis. That just seems like it'd be running around with a handicap.
Yeah.
Perhaps stopping along the way somewhere and doing the journey, or we can also just stay in Yarmouth an extra day so you can get your first day in, and then we throw you into the current for the last 2.
That's what I was thinking. It might be easier to have me start this while we finish preparations here, and then we can finish things on the way. That way, by the time we're there, it'll all be done and figured out.
Yeah, let's just get some more finality on this soul transferal thing, and that just seems like a good starting place. But then a solid plan. If there's no other counters from their other sisters.
Is it like I have to be concentrating on this the whole time type of thing? Because we're going to be swimming. And I don't know if we're going to run into any hiccups or anything. And if there is a hiccup, do we have to restart the whole thing for you?
Arista, didn't you say something about, like, knowing how to get us out of here earlier?
Oh, I said I may know where to get a boat.
I'm
We'll leave it
listening.
there. Mhm.
That'd be useful, because then we wouldn't have to be swimming.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Where would you find a boat in Yarmouth, Princess Arista?
I mean, I think that we could probably play around some other ideas. It's just
Is there another way?
I mean, besides taking the current, that's the fastest
Well, like-
way.
We would just swim in the current, and they could perform this ritual while swimming in the current.
Yeah,
drag her body while she reads a book. It seems.
It seems like a
sounds
lot.
uncomfortable.
We could do it.
Well, it's true. I understand that you came here on a boat and that you were doing dealings with Bach Washir. So
Yes.
I assumed you were still borrowing boats or using a vessel, so to speak.
Sadly
Well,
not.
We delivered his vessel to him, and he took it.
And our original boat got messed up.
That was a whole thing.
Right.
You know, if we're working on diplomatic relations, I'm sure that like a boat or vessel wouldn't hurt those diplomatic relations.
Perhaps down here you have something that travels lower.
How
than
much do
a
you
boat.
know of Bach Washir?
He's a fucking weird guy. I don't like him.
Yes, he's
Real
extremely weird. I mean, he's a super nice guy,
Yeah.
but he's so weird.
He's really weird.
And he tried to take my boat. I'm the only one who has a
You
boat
have
in
a
Yarmouth. Yes, I have a boat. Okay, I'm the only
has
one
a
who has a
boat.
boat. And then he got the other houses to agree that it was his boat. So for the longest time, I didn't have the boat, and it's been a whole thing. But I have the boat now. But apparently, he bought a new boat, and now he's taken the boat, and now you want my boat.
Yeah.
We have
Or
your
a
boat,
boat
my
equivalent.
pretty please. She's gonna say she bats her eyelashes at him.
The ear agreeingly casts guidance on her sister. She's like,
Okay, well, because of earlier in the bedroom, he got a sense that his advances were not really, like, he wasn't about to push itself. So I was like, so this is peculiar to him. So you can have persuasion at disadvantage,
but with guidance?
but with guidance.
Damn it.
Yeah. With your crazy plus, that D4 might help. Come on, a 20 on a disadvantage.
Well,
25.
you want me to take my? Okay. Okay, well, all right. Yes, but contractually, right now, Vinfira and I, and you, and all of the princesses have to sign our declaration of diplomacy between House Pelagor and the Azerian Kingdom.
Yeah, you are really pushing this, my friend.
I mean, this is my
That was the
chance.
outside thought.
This is the chance to get us up, to get us working together more. It's not my fault that Azir has always cast us away in the shadows. Yes, uses our scouts and we help, but I'm
I
talking.
mean, is there a downside?
You know what? Screw it. This is probably gonna make Daddy happy anyways. And Misu's gonna pull out her stamp and she's gonna go, I'm ready.
Okay, let me write it first, Misu. At least we have a look.
Mizu must not know why we don't have a treaty with him. Spicy.
Thank you,
I
Princess
don't
Azir.
know why.
I don't have it.
Okay, so he will tell you that he can have someone draw something up so we don't have to worry about it, and we can meet later and sign it, and then you can get the boat. So that we all don't have to sit here and have an hour-long...
Stare at him.
Okay, but we need this amount of distance between, a contract.
Maybe over the holiday break in the real world, we can spend 3 days doing the ritual of writing up the treaty and seeing the sights.
Getting it all
And when we
figured
come
out.
back, that'll all be done.
I mean, low-key kind of love that.
I guess
Yeah?
that makes sense too.
Like, that's what we're going to do for the next few days. Is write this thing.
All right.
Negotiate this thing.
Well, then
Fear's in a trance somewhere.
let's break this down immediately. Okay.
Okay.
So what's happening here is the houses are giving you a place to stay. House Pelagor, obviously, you have a room. You're kind of guest of honor right now. You can kind of meet with the other heads over this time. He does have a big boat that's it looks submarine-ish from the side, but it's made from the same, stone from his house as well. It's obviously made by his stuff. It's his boat. It's got...
I was just going to tell you guys that we should steal it later. But this works.
After all this works out, the contract, it is... it can fit all of you, and I will show you the interior and everything. Let me go ahead and show you the boat.
Boat.
Boat!
Ooh.
But I was like, we
Cool
can't
boat.
talk about this boat because it's a boat that she didn't know about. I was like,
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
That's a sci-fi boat.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
Cool boat.
It's so one thing that Yamath really sells is this bioluminescence that they extract from things deep down with consent. There's a thing that goes on. And so they sell it, enhancing stuff. A lot of this is in the streets as well, too. So, yeah, that's his. Okay, Venfira, tonight, at the end of your 9th day of travel on this adventure, in the night, the moon will grow bright and awaken you. And after some, what the hell's going on, and look out, you are going to be greeted by the Moon Shapers.
Okay.
Okay.
That being said, we'll do the Moon Shapers, we'll figure out the contract, we'll get the boat, and we will start the new year, January 3rd, in our time, on the ship on the way to Eudothia. Sound good?
And we'll also have a battle plan for Eudothia because we'll
We're gonna
be
do
good about our
that.
time.
We'll get revealed Venfira's new, completely different class change. Venfira is switching it up.
Oh, there's only one Druid in the
Surprise!
family now.
Perfect. All right, guys. Because we're going through all of this, you're making this deal. You're actually getting diplomacy with the Zir, which I'm so happy about, which is,
Yay!
kind of
All right, Mike, calm
world-building permanence. Gained 1,500 experience points through everything that was experienced tonight.
So
So
we should be
close.
sitting at
down. Only
84.5.
1,500.
And then I'll give you a chance
gotta
for the last
tickle for
500
5.
right now, but you all have to succeed.
Oh God.
Ooh.
The D.
On what?
Okay.
I'm stressed.
And I'll let you decide this. I will let 3 roll the dice and 2 describe. And what I'm putting out there is Might is going to approach you over dinner while all this is going on before Venfira is taken by the Moonshapers. And he's going to say, remark on how this has been a crazy adventure from your stories and talk about, how these experiences are great for everyone because it's what shape us into leaders. What positive do you take out of your adventure so far? I will let 3 actually say something, and 2 people can just roll a persuasion check.
You said the reverse at first. Which one do you
The
want?
opposite. Whatever I said first.
Let me roll.
I was like, I
I
will
got a
not be rolling a
+8.
persuasion check. I will not be rolling persuasion. Thank you.
I'm wisdom based, I fear.
Okay.
I have a good persuasion, but I can also describe whatever.
I have a +6 for persuasion, so I can.
I have +7.
I got a
I
plus
got
2.
+8.
+2. So I'm not.
He's doing
Okay,
the
so
rest
the
I'll
two
be a
of
describer.
you are gonna describe. Go ahead.
The war
Do
leader
it.
and the class changer. Oh wait, we're like It's been a absolutely amazing journey for me personally and the sisters. We've been able to come together using our unique perspectives to culminate into a new unique perspective that has gotten us a lot of things everywhere we've gone. We've some might say have changed the culture. Some might say for good. Others may say for bad. But we have definitely made an impact. And like I told my sister, it's not about the pieces that were set up before you, but the choices you make with those pieces. And I think that we will continue to grow into who we are, even if that means completely changing who we are. Looks over at Vinfira to find out who we always were meant to be. Vinny?
Oh, Alyssa, question. This is just like a positive effect that it's had on fear, right? I didn't hear the question
Yes.
properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
When fear kind of settles up and is like, well, as the ear said, it's been a big change, a big shift for all of us, and I mean, especially for what I'm about to go into. I mean, gods know how I'm going to change, but at the end of the day, it's brought all of us closer together in different ways. I've been able to learn about every one of my sisters and all the different people of this world in a way I never would have had the chance to had I just stayed at home or stayed in the icy waters of Eudothia just trying to make that place better. I'm learning about my place in the world. We're all learning about that, really. And just having the chance to learn about each other, write a few new laws along the way, perhaps, and just get to figure out who we are in this vast place. That's been the best part of it all.
Now you know what a monkey is.
I do know what a monkey is now. They're such funny little creatures.
Monkeys, birds. You're experiencing it.
I'm like, oh my god.
Celia?
I think the rest of us are rolling.
Yeah, everyone else is rolling.
I will say things though.
No, go ahead.
If you
Go
want
ahead.
us to.
Wrong.
I just
Yeah,
want Celia to roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've rolled. I rolled a 15.
Okay. Mizu?
Yeah.
I rolled a 21.
Arista?
So I rolled a 3, but with my silver tongue, that's a 10, and my modifier is a 7, so it's a 17.
That's
Yeah.
dope. All succeed.
Right?
Might is so entertained at the beginning of this diplomacy. Everyone level up for the new year. We will come back next episode for episode 21 at level 11. The new Princesses of Power. Good, because you're going into a war zone.
War
Oh, we made it.
zone.
We will see everybody next time. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Happy holidays!
Be safe.